Well, it's good you're here because this is the exclusive location for the kind of incredible conversation you're about to hear. And yeah, I'm biased because I'm part of it, but I'm just the conduit for brilliant people like who we're going to talk to today. Gabe Mangold and Jocelyn Catterson. Before I get to them, let me just tell you what's happening. This is Beyond the Yonder. This is the raw material. This is the audio that gets cut down for the radio interview for the nationally syndicated show Yonder Radio, and you can learn more about that and listen at yonderradio.com. But give that a second, because this is an incredible conversation. I probably used the word incredible before, but that's what I got, okay? Because I'm out of words. You're going to hear this interview and be like, okay, yeah, he's out of words. Gabe Mangold making a name for himself in death metal, and Jocelyn Catterson making a name for herself with her art and her environmental education. And they're a couple. And blossoming from that is this new duo in the beauty and the horror. And I'm just going to shut up and listen to what they're doing together.
Yellow eyes hide in the wings of the butterfly, and the river turns the color of rust. The blessed deny all the things they know they should hide. A penny for your troubles, do what you must. Drowning, drowning, the whole world is drowning. Just close your eyes. In my town, the well's running dry. Drowning, drowning, the whole world is drowning. Just close your eyes. In my town, the well's running dry.
Yeah, this band is awesome to me because just the two of you sitting there, it's like Jocelyn Catterson is an artist who uses her art to teach children about environmental awareness. And Gabe Mangold was forged on the anvil of doom. It seems like there's two how did this happen? How did the merging of death metal and environmental artistry come together to create the beauty and the horror?
Well, Gabe and I are partners.
Mm-hmm.
And even though now I work as a visual artist and in environmental work, I used to be the lead singer in a blues band, blues rock band. I was a wedding singer in high school. And so we, as a couple, always sort of talked about making music together.
Yep. And then, yeah, I guess the spring, summer of 24, we had the time and then the creative energies aligned for it. And there was like a big outburst of creativity, which was like the first half of the album, right? Like in 24.
Yeah.
Less, yeah. That we wrote and recorded then.
We basically, I love folk Americana music, sort of alternative music. Gabe loves metal. And
I also love folk and Americana and bluegrass, but metal's my bag, obviously. So
yeah. But we were sort of, it does actually tie to my art in a lot of ways, because I tend to have a lot of frustration with the folk country Americana genre, in that it's a lot of songs about drugs and alcohol and
murder.
So it's more metal than metal is metal?
Well, I mean, I think we're more metal because we actually talk about real stuff as opposed to like genre tropes and things that are like, those things are fine. They're fun stories and they're fun songs. Like I love that stuff too, but it's like, we don't want to sing about stuff that like isn't real to us and that everyone else fucking sings about. That seems it would feel very contrived, you know? So that's where the place-based storytelling.
Yes. So going back to the
Yeah.
art, I was like, I want this to be grounded in the San Luis Valley. I want this to be about the reality of this place. I want to sing about the plants and the existential dread and the drought. And I want, if we're going to make music together, I want it to be like my art. I want it to be place-based, grounded here. And instead of singing about drinking and drugs and trucks, I want to sing about the existential dread that I feel so deeply inside myself, because I think that's more metal, more country than
Oh, it really
a lot
is.
of
Which I
subjects.
think that's an amazing lyric, singing about drinking and drugs and trucks. Seems like it just wrote itself. But yeah, I mean, that's a deeper issue that has you lying awake. You know, it's interesting because I think sometimes we talk about, in Colorado, we talk about the beauty inspiring us, but it's really only one dimensional unless you look inside yourself and see how you're reacting to the world.
Totally.
Yeah. So actually, so we talked about making music together and started. We actually went on a long road trip, a camping trip to Utah. Started talking about, okay, how we don't want this to sound or be the same as other music in this genre. So how do we combine Gabe's sort of metal, hard riffs with this other genre of music? So we started listening to all these different artists that we both were inspired by, talking about subjects.
And then, like, it's a lot of the music, actually, a lot of the songs were conceived, and the original ideas sort of came out at her old house on her couch. We would just kind of be hanging out in the morning, having coffee, and she has a little acoustic parlor guitar, which is over there now. And I would just like grab it and fiddle around, because like I've always played acoustic guitar too. Like even though I play metal, like I've always loved playing acoustic. I'll just fiddle around, and then I'd like get onto something, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's really cool," and we'd like jot it down or voice memo notes on the phone or whatever. And then we had like these couple ideas, and then the first song we wrote was "Everything Burns," right? Yeah. So that was like the first full song we finished, and we're like, "Oh wow, this is sick. This is fun," and recorded it.
Yeah.
And then
there are so many layers to this, honestly, Jared, because we also, the band name comes from Dune, the movie, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of layers. Yeah, I feel like I'm in like a court proceeding for the custody of intellectual property. Like there's a lot to go through here.
Yeah, and there's so many tangents we could go on like with it too. Like the way the story can be told is like can go. It's not a direct one road directional story. We can go like kind of wherever. So
there is a cool story here. There's a lot of cool stories, but something here that I've recognized is sometimes you'll leave a conversation with someone creative like Jocelyn, and you might be like, "Oh, she's a little flighty," but you've managed to bring it all down to earth and corralled all these creative endeavors and different projects. Which, for a guy like me who needs to be literally tethered to a thing so I pay attention to it, is really awe-inspiring.
Thank you. I think it's, to me, all of it's connected in my brain. The place-based art, a lot of the environmental art science work that I do completely connects to this art form as well. And a lot of the songs talk about very real things that happen here in the San Luis Valley. And even, again, the name, we went to see the second Dune in the movie theater. And there was a line, we've been talking about how I really want to sort of capture in the lyrics and the sound, the beauty and the dark side of living in this rural high desert ecosystem. And you're better at remembering the exact line than I am.
There's a part in Dune 2 where Jessica is explaining to Paul, like he has to drink the elixir of life, the worm's blood, to become the Lisan al Gaib or whatever, and she's like, when you do it, she was like, you will see the beauty and horror of existence.
And I was like, that's it.
And we're like, oh, and it clicked for us. We're like, that's it. And then we walked out from the theater after the movie, and there was a massive dust storm, as you would see down here. And very poor visibility. You couldn't really see anything, just dust everywhere. We were just driving home through it and talking about it. And we're like, yeah, like that's it. So
So
that's how
you
the
are
name.
cursed. You can't even go to a movie without the creative part of your brain like, hey girl, let's do this
No,
thing.
I
I mean,
can't.
me either. I can't do anything without a riff popping in my head or something or what have you. So I think that's just part of being a creative, I suppose, an artiste,
Yeah.
perhaps.
And I think so much of it too is
Mhm.
that this album came out so easily,
Mhm.
so organically,
Mhm.
because I was honestly processing a lot of
Mhm.
stuff that had happened in my life. And the first song, Everything Burns, is really a product of me going through like parts work in therapy.
Mhm.
And Everything Burns represents like the darkest, the worst version of myself that just wants to burn everything to the ground and lay down in the tumbleweeds and just give up. And I talked to Gabe about it all the time, and he was able to translate all of these things that I was talking about into music that fit the feeling.
Mhm.
Um, and I think because we live together and we're partners, we got to go through that flow in a way that was more natural and live into it when it felt good and then give it a break for a few months. And so the whole album just happened very easily.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, your voice is otherworldly and it's inspiring in this kind of exciting, dangerous way. Like I can see wives from Pleasantville just unzipping convention and stepping out and doing something dangerous. You were just tempting people. Like in Drowning, you start off, you got the Victrola effect a little bit,
Mhm.
and it's the soundtrack for someone who was forced to kill someone else because they were too much of a hassle in their life. And then she lights a cigarette and she gets in an old cool muscle car and drives away, credits roll. That's what I'm seeing.
I love that. Thank you.
Gabe,
Yeah,
you're
that song actually, Gabe
Was that another couch riff?
that was another couch riff, sitting in
Yeah,
the
I just
morning,
started with
drinking
the
coffee.
do 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 the waltzy kind of feel, and then it just developed into something.
And it was right
Yeah.
after the flooding in Asheville.
That's right. Yeah.
So we had been, you know, reading about all of the floods in Asheville, and in the San Luis Valley, we're dealing with a insane drought. Wells are going dry, and uh, we were sitting there, and I was listening to that song and just thinking about that contrast about how, you know, there are places in the world that are flooding right now, and people are drowning, and then over here we're struggling to survive a drought. And really, both of those things are tied to the same cause, which is sort of this capitalistic American dream, climate change, over exploitation, and it's all linked to me.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, and
really,
you.
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You're using hands. There was gestures. Something emotional is about to emerge.
I lost it. You're fine.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
If she yells at you later, Gabe, it's my fault because I totally stunted that emotional output that was supposed to arrive. No, but you you have the music, but you're also talking to children. You're also teaching and helping these students process what is going on in our environment. And I'm wondering how you're doing that. And I'm wondering how you're received in rural communities when here comes this woman with a guitar and maybe to them an agenda. How is this working?
Honestly, I actually did one of the other interviews for Daily Yonder with your other coworkers, sort of tied to my art in rural communities, but surprisingly well. There's a story in the San Luis Valley that if you're essentially a folk tale, that if you're supposed to be here, you'll come and you'll visit, and this frog spirit will attach itself to your back, essentially, and will keep bringing you back to the San Luis Valley because you are supposed to be here and do something here. And I think both Gabe and I feel that. And for me, the sort of art as a form of advocacy, a way to teach people, make science more accessible. That just happened. It wasn't even really a choice in a lot of ways. I put my art out in the world here in the San Luis Valley, and the community responded in kind to that very quickly, because I think it hits on something very real and fundamental about this place. And I think that's why this community loves the beauty and the horror so much too, honestly, is because it hits on this, oh my gosh, you have captured something real and authentic about this place and my experience being here. And so the art and science is, I get asked to do that all the time. My groundwater paintings are hanging in the Rio Grande Water Conservation District office. I work with farmers and ranchers. I, teach kids about water. The Colorado Water Conservation Board is funding like a big water education mural project that I'm working on right now. It's been not only well received, but asked for.
Well, you are very necessary, and especially right now with what we're seeing with the Colorado River and drought issues. And you mentioned existential dread earlier, and that's a phrase we get to use all the time with great weight.
Art is a powerful tool because it transcends logical, vocal thinking, transcends words in a lot of ways. And so it can be really helpful in having not only kids, but also the general public and the community understand these sort of more complex emotional issues. It's an easier access point to the information to go at it through art. And again, I think that's why music is so powerful as well, is that it hits on something that's deeper than just the words or the lyrics as well.
Well, Gabe, what are your thoughts about the beauty and the horror?
Wow, that's a loaded question.
I'm sorry. I know it really. I just came off as a psychotherapist there.
Yeah.
Did you want to lie down on the couch and talk about this?
Yeah.
Yep, lie down, answer the question.
No, it's where to begin? Oh man. It's I mean, first of all, it's just a very special thing for myself and Jocelyn, just because like we are partners, and it's just like our like little labor of love. Honestly, it's like it's we just we're not doing it for commercial success or streaming or money or like trying to tour 5 million places or anything like that. We just do it because like we just enjoy like making art together, and it's something special that we get to share. And that's my favorite part about it, honestly. It's just this super unique, fun thing that Jocelyn and I get to do together, honestly. And I also think the songs are really fucking cool. So and
Amen.
that's a bonus, So
Well,
yeah.
They are really cool. And what is it with your guitar playing? Your riffs, can we use the phrase brutal riffage? Because they use that in the Netherlands. They're talking about you in the Netherlands like that. Brutal riffage. I love that word, by the way. If that's not your dancer name, it should be. You're hitting a chord. It sounds like a Ginsu knife is cutting it off your guitar and into the stew.
Yeah.
What is going on? It's so immaculate. What's different here?
So I guess as far as my playing with beauty and the horror, it's just, I'm taking like sort of my metal influence and intensity, aggression, energy, whatever adjective you want to associate with it that applies to metal, and putting that into the guitar.
Yeah,
And
it's awesome.
The fun thing about acoustic guitar is it's such a sensitive timbral instrument. You can play a chord soft or you can play it really, really hard, and it completely changes the dynamic. It's a very dynamic instrument. You can honestly, you'll never strike the same chord twice in a row just because it's just the nature of the instrument. And that's what makes it so fun. It's like, so some of those parts, like where I'm just strumming like literally as hard as I fucking can, and I wear my pick out like through one song, I need a new pick because it's shredded. Like that's just like part of the emotion being put into that section. And there actually is Dust Storm, there's a riff. It's like literally like a brutal death slam that I just put on acoustic guitar because I play in a death metal band. I was like, well, this would be fun, and then made it Beauty and the Horror appropriate, and then obviously her vocals and lyrics and stuff, and then it turned into what that song is essentially.
The storm is coming. In this high desert valley, the spring winds bring towering walls of dust, covering every little thing. Red desert seeping into your bones, every last breath of painful growth. It builds dark billowing hills. You can't escape the suffocating storm. A ray of light pierces through the dark, every speck of dust a haunting glow. And in the silence a source of beauty, the dust settles on everything below.
His range, his musical range, and what he is capable of doing fits the whole sort of theme or purpose or vision behind the contrast of the beauty and the horror, because he can go from this really intense guitar where I am screaming almost to almost like really quiet, intricate, bordering on almost Spanish influence solos, and combining
amen.
all of those
Yes.
is amazing.
Yeah, suddenly you're desperado. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I'm like, why did I just flamenco with this stranger? Yeah, because it just blossoms out of your brutal riffage again.
Yeah, it's just I don't like Jocelyn said. My musical influence and like what I listen to and enjoy, it's like literally all over.
He
the
loves
place.
jazz.
Like
loves jazz.
I love jazz, and I grew up like so my dad is a classic rock dude, but also like blues. So like I grew up like listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan and blues, and then I got into jazz and then bluegrass, and all the while I was into metal too. So it's I like everything under the sun, and like just whenever the time is appropriate for me to write something with whatever influence, it just kind of comes out. So
And
the way
honestly,
it does.
a lot of the songs have specific influences too. Like the first song on the album, Everything Burns, is very Coulter Wall influence.
Yeah, totally.
Tremble obviously is supposed to sound a little bit like a train, and it's definitely a little more sexual, Zeppelin-esque.
It's that one's like very Zeppelin and
very Zeppelin.
Zeppelin is like another major influence for us here as well.
Yeah.
Like all the bluegrass, rock, metal stuff, but like Jocelyn's voice lends itself to a more Robert Planty kind of style,
which is what I used to cover when we would go around playing at bars and weddings when I was in high school. So
Dire Maker, if I even said that right, I don't know, but incredible song.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I guess I'm just going to wrap it up with one final thing. How did you two meet? How did we talked about this a little bit before, but let's talk about getting back to the passionate Led Zeppelin-y part of your relationship. How did you two come together on that plane?
So it's I guess a two-part story. What we like to say is we met on top of D Mountain, which is true. The mountain in Del Norte that we all know and love here.
I actually hid from him. I don't like seeing people outside. I'm trying to get away from people. And I was on the top of the mountain and saw him.
I was coming up with my dog,
and I tried to hide.
Yeah, it was like late November. I was living in my solar camper rig at the time, and I was getting ready to leave town. So and I just we came up, hello, nice to meet you. Oh, she happened to know my roommate Ron, who owns the house we're in now, and like, oh, nice to meet you, good to see you. Okay, cool. And then that was it. I left and went to warmer weather, and then came back in the spring when I had decided that I wanted to stay in Del Norte. And so I was like, cool, like I'm here now. I'm living here. I'm gonna be moving here. I'm gonna hop on Tinder. And try to meet some people, because it's
But really, it was a two-part thing,
Yeah.
because we instantly recognized each
Right,
other
yeah.
and just said, "Do you want to go hike D Mountain?"
right.
Because we'd already met on D
Mhm.
Mountain. So
Yeah.
our first date, we skipped the whole talking
Right. Yeah.
thing and just met each other
Mhm.
to hike to the top of D Mountain.
Start hiking, and you didn't hide this time. It was
No, I was a little
No,
more.
no. You
warmed
almost
up
got
to
bit
the
by rattlesnakes.
humanity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. I
Yep.
I imagine you each carrying your spiritual frogs up the mountain together, fighting it
I
really
love that.
bad.
Spiritual frogs.
Yeah.
Young blood built a life I should be proud of, but still I wanna burn it all to hell. This life isn't what my mama told me. I feel like Sisyphus upon the hill. Young blood built a life I should be proud of, but still I wanna burn it all to hell. This life isn't what my mama told me. I feel like Sisyphus upon the hill. Feeling like a snake eating